Reasons why Every Which Way flopped and couldn't achieve the global success, fame, awards, and same status as Grachi. Grachi is a Nickelodeon series that was made exclusively for Latin America in Spanish, but the audience liked it so much that it started to become very popular in Europe, then in Asia, and the other continents. And it ended up becoming a series as beloved as iCarly and Victorious, with many dubs and generating billions of dollars in profits for Nickelodeon. In 2014, it premiered in the United States, just 1 month after the premiere of Every Which Way, generating 9.6 million daily viewers. However, many didn't know that Every Which Way is the English-language remake of Grachi. Both are filmed in Miami, but Nickelodeon USA didn't want to premiere Grachi dubbed into English. They have never dared or risked airing a foreign Nickelodeon production dubbed into English, even though thousands or millions of fans of the channel always hoped to see Grachi on the American Nickelodeon, but they simply premiered Every Which Way instead. When they did this, they received a wave of negative criticism. People didn't like the remake, since, according to the audience, it simply doesn't do justice to the original. People feel like the actors on Every Which are just inexperienced and don't hold a candle to the Grachi cast. They just don't have the same charisma or talent. And even though Nickelodeon knew Grachi was a huge hit worldwide, they never bothered to include the Grachi stars in an episode or a scene. Not even a fun cameo or a crossover episode. That just made Grachi fans all over the world super angry, because it really felt like Nickelodeon was just dumping Grachi and replacing it with a straight-up copy. Because of that, Every Which Way got canceled in every country outside the US. After season 2, people just didn't want to watch Grachi's replacement. In places like the Philippines and Singapore, Nickelodeon actually decided to skip airing Grachi's 3rd season and put Every Which Way on instead. Fans got so mad and stopped watching that Nickelodeon had no choice but to cancel Every Which and finally air Grachi Season 3. Over in Latin America nor worldwide, Every Which Way didn't even come close to having 1% of the fame and success Grachi had. Oh, and fun fact, did you know that in most countries, Grachi was Violeta's biggest competitor? And Disney literally created Violeta because they saw Grachi becoming a global phenomenon. Disney realized they weren't number 1 in Latin America, Asia, and Europe anymore. All because Grachi had made Nickelodeon the most watched channel out there. Grachi got so big that it even gained millions of fans in the US and won 2 Kids' Choice Awards. Its lead actress, Isabella Castillo, who's Cuban and was raised in the US, went to LA to pick up her awards and got to meet other stars like One Direction, Ariana Grande, and Adam Sandler. She also became friends with Victoria Justice and Big Time Rush. Another thing fans didn't like was that Every Which Way isn't as musical, when in Grachi that's a pretty big deal. Nickelodeon released over 10 Grachi CDs, all edited in tons of different versions and formats around the world, which made it the Nickelodeon series with the highest music sales ever, even more than Big Time Rush and SpongeBob. Grachi sold 7 million physical copies and 4 million digital copies, totaling 11 million copies sold worldwide. Grachi also had tons of successful tours across Latin America and Europe, with packed concerts and sold-out tickets in minutes at the biggest and most important arenas and stadiums, plus a ton of merchandise with their faces printed on thousands of products, kind of like what happened with Disney's Hannah Montana and High School Musical. And that's something Every Which Way could never achieve. Another thing people have pointed out recently is how the Grachi cast has made it big in Hollywood and are now huge stars in major TV shows and movies, with several of them also being successful singers. Meanwhile, the Every Which Way actors kind of stalled out, and some of them never even landed another role after that. For all these reasons and more, Every Which Way could never reach the success of the OG Grachi. Every Which Way also couldn't beat Sam and Cat in the ratings, even though Sam and Cat was considered a flop. And its spin-off, Wits Academy, which by the way is based on the wizard school from Grachi's third season, failed and got cancelled after just one season. On top of that, Grachi has 2 TV movies, and in 2023, Nickelodeon was actually about to produce a theatrical movie. But sadly, it got canceled because Nickelodeon decided to stop making Latin content. These days, there are tons of Grachi fans and even Every Which Way fans, begging Nickelodeon to make the English dub of Grachi available on Paramount Plus because everyone wants to watch Grachi for the first time or just relive the series.